I'm going to do an update video and try and do this with one hand as I operate the trains with the other, and give the most recent tour of my layout. This is the one end which I started the scenery on, and I've got some of the hard shell done and some of the actual scenery on with my castings, my rock castings, obviously running the trains at the same time. Even the inside of my tunnel now, the entire tunnel, the top and two sides, is all real, actually a very fine coating of cement, so it looks as much like rock as you could possibly get. And we even did lighting on the inside of the tunnel, and that goes around. The whole tunnel is probably about 11 feet long. This was all made off the platform upside down and then placed on in one giant piece, and it's removable, not very easily, but it takes at least 3 guys to move this. I'm going to move it down to the other end of the platform as we go down here. Everything's been running pretty well, pretty smooth. Got my my switchboards up, which gives me indicators for my switch positions, so I can just look at a glance at this 1 yard on this side. I'm using the MTH DCS on the Ross switches, so that's the way I'm doing all my signaling for the switches. That's for the 1 yard there. My other yard, which is over on the other side, that has a separate signal board for my switches over here, and that's for this yard down here on this side of the platform. We just put the signal bridge in. This signal bridge we did where the actual it's got an electric eye, an RF signal eye that comes off the bridge and then in between the railroad ties to trigger the signal. So once the train is through that and comes through the other side, as you can see, there's little markers here. Let me see if I can get to this. Little post markers. They look like whistle markers. We actually embedded RF signal pieces in there, so as the train passes by that would signal that that block is clear as the train comes out of that area, which, if you'll bear with me, you'll see. That was a tricky thing to do, but my main electronics guru has been busy at work here on my platform. Let me grab this remote control as I work the camera here. That's Silk City Bridges built the bridge. That's a removable bridge assembly. As this train comes through, you'll see when it comes through that final block at the signal gate there and clears that signal gate, you'll see the light change that block is totally clear. And there it goes. The lift out bridge, we just put 2 red flashing lights up in the top. I still have wire ties where my glued wire is actually drying, and the beacons aren't wired in yet. They will be wired in. Slowly moving along. Also have this wired in now that my lift bridge actually has relays on it, so when this lift bridge, if it's lifted up by accident, it totally kills power within 3 feet of the lift bridge, give or take on each side of it. And that's what's going on here. I'll start another train, get two going at one time here if I can, and bring this Lionel piece down, my legacy piece. My spacing on the track was really carefully done, and I'll tell you what, my margins for error are really slim for working with it. But I'll tell you what, to the eye, or to scale rather, it's plenty of space, but it really is miraculous how these things clear each other on some of the turns and twists and weaves around. It's great seeing them go around, I'll tell you. Thanks for hearing me out here, trying to do this with one hand and operate trains with the other. Not easy, but it sure is fun.